A good friend of mine had been telling me to visit a museum north of us that sounded pretty amazing. So we finally made plans to hit the road and check it out. Tag along as we head to the Sioux City Railroad Museum together. Where a 30-stall roundhouse for the Milwaukee Road once stood, there are only 5 that remain today, but thanks to other buildings on the site and other rail cars and engines on the premises, there's still plenty to see here. Right when you walk in, there's a streamlined dining car, a bay window caboose, and some diesel switchers on display. For being an outdoor display, they're actually in really good shape. It was cool being able to go inside, scope things out, and explore the grounds. It didn't take long for us to find the turntable and head inside. The Milwaukee Railroad shops were opened in 1918 and serviced steam and diesel locomotives, as well as repairing rail cars for 65 years until its closure and abandonment in 1981. After a thorough cleanup in the 90s, it was opened as the museum grounds seen today. Inside the remaining stalls of the roundhouse are several cars, collections, and 2 steam locomotives. The star of the show here is number 1355 that belonged to the Great Northern Railroad. My son already loves steam locomotives, but I doubt he'll ever forget this green-bellied engine. We've seen them on display before, but this was his first time being able to go inside the cab, touch and see all the dials and levers. He was beside himself.
This is the firebox.
That's right. That's where we're going.
Yeah, this is where you drive the train.
You're in the fireman's spot. The engineer's on the other side. Look at all these. Oh, is that the whistle?
Oh, it is.
We explored some of the other cars on display, and one of the cabooses even had been cleared out as a playroom for kids. After some time with Thomas and friends, we headed to the next building. Inside, we found a massive model train exhibit that looked awfully familiar. My son recognized the iconic white station almost instantly. "That's our station," he said. That's Omaha's Union Station, with impressive attention to detail all throughout this winding layout. He was fascinated to see such a large HO-scale layout and loved finding all the small details and hiding places for engines and other things. In fact, this layout was once at our museum in Omaha. Around the corner from that, we found Oage Train Heaven, 2 massive 3-rail layouts that had all kinds of interactive buttons kids could press and make things come to life within the displays. The walls were aligned with more trains and cars, and the little doorbells that activated the animated scenes were fun to discover at every corner. Who knows, maybe our layout at home will be this fun someday.
What?
And then these ones here, this is the throttle for the engine. This is how you get it to move. Good job. You making the sounds? Good whistle sound, dude. After a few more rounds exploring the grounds and climbing on trains, my little engineer was getting hungry. So we headed back into town for some lunch with our tour guide friend. On the drive back home, my son was already asking if we can go back and bring mom next time. Considering how much there is to do, and that there's likely even more now that things are starting to warm up, I can guarantee we'll be headed back here again soon. Thanks for watching. I'll be sharing more stories of our adventures here on Datafied, so check out the playlist here. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you all so much for your support.